But one of the stocks of the moment now is GMDC. The numbers came through and they were a very good set of numbers. Revenue growth of 87% this time around. The EBITDA has gone up 1200%. And look at that, it's a turnaround quarter for them compared to what they saw last time around. Roopwant Singh, the Managing Director of GMDC, joins us on the line to talk about that. Mr. Singh, thanks a lot for joining us. First, take us through what went so right this time around. And also, can you give us some exact numbers? What is the volume target that you have set out for FY23?
Sonia, we finished at 8.5 million tons for our principal product lignite this year. We are planning to touch 10 million. That's the plan. We started our journey last year from 6 million. That is the plan.
Okay. Good morning. Are these numbers sustainable at net profit and EBITDA level? Or do you think this is just perhaps one of, I mean, can you sustain this kind of growth rate, this kind of number?
Look, Anuj, this is an unprecedented year. We were 350 crores in the red. We have come out to 750 crores in the green. So net, it's 1,000 crores plus difference. So the company has been brought back on track. Yes, we will sustain these numbers. Yes, we will continue to grow. But this kind of a differential at delta is not possible. But you will see impressive numbers. Growth based on 736 PBT.
Growth on top of that. Actually, so
yes,
let me narrow it a little bit, Mr. Singh. So we have an Edelweiss analyst who says EBITDA for 23 could be between 1,200 to 1,300 crores. Is that on the ball or wildly off mark?
That is a good ambition for us to have.
But doable according to you, or I mean realistic or not?
It's a good ambition to have. It's a good goal to chase. I'll say that only.
Okay, Mr. Singh.
Judge us on our performance. Essentially, this is performance of the past 2 quarters. First 2 quarters, the new team was taking over and putting things in action. So hopefully, we'll do good numbers this year also.
Okay, Mr. Singh, become an expert at dodging tricky questions from anchors, right? But all right, just coming back to that target, you told us you're planning to touch 10 million tons of volumes in FY23. Would that mean more capex? And if yes, how much are you going to be investing? How much would you raise your capacity to?
Sonia, the principal capex for our principal project lignite goes into acquiring land. Rest, whatever we do is a pass-through for our contractors who mine for us. So we have made an ambitious plan of putting 470 crores of capex into acquiring land and auxiliary assets. So out of that is a large number.
Okay, Mr. Singh, I have a couple of questions for you. First, this BCG report on rare earth that is awaited. If you could give us any timeline on that.
So one development, I believe you had asked this question earlier also, and I had thought some time. This time something has happened. The Gujarat Mineral Research Development Society, which works for the government of Gujarat, has shortlisted McKinsey to undertake a strategic study, and that study is going to be now, as approved in this board meeting, that study is going to be funded by GMDC. So we will be speaking very clearly on that, the strategy for the government of Gujarat in 3 months from now. Okay. McKinsey shall be working for us.
Okay, McKinsey shall be working for you. The other question I have is the update on consultant report for the power business and others, which has been a bit of a drag.
Yes, it has been a bit of a trap, but please look at the cash burn situation. From quarter 1 to quarter 4, the cash burn from the thermal plant has been brought down to 0. Yes, it is not earning us money, but it is not pulling the company down. So this is our achievement in the first 6 to 9 months. The report of AT Kearney shall be submitted in a few weeks, and in the month of May, we shall be putting up the strategic options for the board to decide.
Okay, and one last question that I have, and it's a follow-up to the point you were earlier making. You aim to reduce the lignite contribution to 50% from 88%. Any progress on that, and if you could give us timeline?
Actually, it is not 88 now. This year it has crossed 90. Yes, this what you're talking of is a long-term ambition that we have, which will be set into motion in the short and medium term. So this is an ambition, and we already have BCG on board. They have started their work. So in 2 to 3 months from now, you should see us starting action on a variety of actions which are beyond lignite.
You've spoken about this in the past, right? Diversification away from lignite. Would that also include things like electric vehicles, anything on that front?
No, not for us. Yes, REEs, if things go in that direction, yes, REs are one of the elements which go into making permanent magnets, neodymium, praseodymium, these kind of minerals are used there. But we shall not be making cars.
Okay, all right.
I think, just a little bit more on rare earths. I mean, what is, the analysts, of course, I mean, think about option value in terms of what that can add to the business. How should we think about that? And could you talk about reserves, where they are at, etc., and development of those reserves?
Kindly allow me to come back to you after the next quarter. We shall satisfy all your questions.
Okay, just one more question that I had on the realizations, if you can tell us. What is the average lignite realization that you clocked in Q4, and what is the expectation over the next few quarters?
I'll answer it in a different way. Our competitor is imported coal. We are selling at a significant discount to that, and per ton we have a margin of 800 to 900 rupees. That goes into fueling our capital expenditure.
Okay, Mr. Singh, one last question. Then, at what, I mean, the kind of visibility that you have right now, what is the sustainable margin number? Because it's moved up sharply, of course, from 6% to 40%. But is 40% sustainable, or what will be the realistic number to work with?
Quarter 4 results are a good reflection to look at us in the future also.
All right, Mr. Singh, thank you very much. Appreciate you joining us and running us through the numbers patiently. And of course, we hope to hear from you on the rare earth business. You said maybe after the next quarter you'll have more for us. So look forward. Now let's move on to the other sort of